Hi, welcome to Psychovision. I'm Psycho, and this is 5 things I love about Quisp. In 1965, Quaker Oats released the greatest cereal of all time, in my humble opinion. It was a perfect time to launch Quisp. Sputnik was launched into orbit by the Russians in 1957. And we responded with the space race. JFK committed us to going to the moon in '61. The TV series Lost in Space would premiere later in the year in '65, and then Star Trek the following year in 1966. So everybody loved space stuff. And Quisp was right there. And that brings me to number 5 on the list. Character. The mascot of the cereal was a little pink alien named Quisp, who was the crown prince of Planet Q. One cool thing about Quisp, the quazy energy cereal, is that it was pretty quazy, even the way it was displayed in the supermarkets. I loved the cereal box aisle. So you knew as you turned that corner, hey, all those bright colors, it's the cereal box aisle. So you'd have Tony the Tiger, Snap Crackle Pop, Weird Applejack's Guy, Toucan Sam, Sonny the Cuckoo, Lucky the Leprechaun, the Trix Rabbit, Sugar Bear, Captain Crunch. And then you got to Quisp. And what was cool about Quisp, he was always he was in a different position every time you saw him. Every time they came out with a new batch, they would change the cover and move him a little bit. And sometimes he'd be over here, and sometimes he'd be over there. Sometimes he'd even be upside down, which I thought was really cool. And that really grabbed your attention too, so I thought that was genius. I always thought that the pink alien against the blue background of the box covers, I always thought was a cool choice. It always made Quisp pop off the page and really jump out at you. I like the colors, and they were usually displayed right next to Quisp's rival, which brings me to number 4 on the list, Quisp's rival, Quake. Now, Quake was a coal miner, well, I guess a nugget miner or a cereal miner, I guess. So he dug below the earth, so Quisp is up in space in his flying saucer, so as above, so below, I guess was the theory, the marketing ploy. So Quisp had little flying saucers as the cereal. Quake had little nuggets that he supposedly mined. Quake was pretty cool. He was a big muscular guy, wore a red shirt with a Q and had a cape and a miner's helmet with a light on the top of it. And he was a big tough guy, and they always fought. Well, where did they fight? Well, they fought in the television commercials, and the television commercials were awesome. And that brings us to number 3 on the list, J. Ward Productions. Animator J. Ward and head writer Bill Scott, who you would know as the voice of Bullwinkle the Moose, led the team that created the animated television commercials. You're probably more familiar with J. Ward Productions than you think you are. They were responsible for not only Rocky and Bullwinkle, but George of the Jungle, Hoppity Hooper, Sherman and Peabody, Dudley Do-Right, Tom Slick, Super Chicken. I loved all of those. Great theme songs on a lot of them too. But that's a whole nother episode. they were in charge of the marketing campaign, and I am so glad. It was fun. Every time I saw a Quisp commercial on TV, I was drawn to it. I had to watch it. I loved them as a kid, and you'd watch the commercial and you'd be sad it was only 60 seconds long. You just wanted it to continue on. They also did the Captain Crunch commercials as well for Quaker Oats. And those were always fun too. I always liked the Captain Crunch commercials. The cool thing about the Quisp and Quake commercials, since they came out at the same time and they were rivals, that's what Jay Ward did. It was genius. They had the Quisp and Quake fighting with each other all the time. It was awesome. So even if they had their own commercial, the other one would come in at the end of the commercial and interrupt and say, mine's better, and then they'd start fighting all over again.
Ladies and gentlemen, before your very eyes, the Quaker Oats Company will now introduce 2 new cereals.
I'm Quisp, the Quisp new cereal from outer space. The biggest selling cereal from Saturn to Alpha Centauri. Quisp is sugary sweet and vitamin charged to give you quazy energy. What's new with you?
I am Quake, the power cereal from inner space. Here at the Earth's core, I make Quake, with deep down sweetness and vitamins to give you the power of an earthquake. Get Quake.
Quisp is better.
Fellas, why not leave it to the kids out there? Take sides with either Quake or Quisp.
Or Quake.
Or Quisp.
2 new cereals from Quaker. Sort of a breakfast feud.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Montgomery, with a word to mothers about 2 new cereals from Quaker.
I'm Quake, the earthquake power cereal made with rice.
I'm Quisp, the quazy energy cereal made with corn.
Shh, excuse me. Quaker has reinforced Quisp and Quake with B-complex vitamins and iron. These 2 sweet cereals not only taste good, but they're good for kids, too. All right, fellas, it's all yours.
I love Liz.
I love her more than you do.
Quaker presents The Adventures of Quisp, the quazy energy cereal from outer space, versus Quake, the earthquake power cereal from the center of the earth.
Yes, Quake is my sugary sweet cereal with vitamins and iron to give you the power of an earthquake.
You tell him, son.
I'm telling them, Mama, I'm telling them. Get the best tasting cereal ever. Get Quisp.
You said the best tasting cereal ever, didn't you?
Yeah, but
That's Quisp, the quazy energy cereal from outer space. Right, Kawunchi?
It's the cream of the crop.
you're spoiling my commercial if I ever get my hands on you.
You're just a little too slow, Knucklebound. Bye. Remember, kids, for the really best tasting cereal, get Quake.
I'm not as slow as I look.
You tell him, son.
I told her, Mama.
That's my baby.
Quisp was voiced by one of my all-time favorite voice actors, Daws Butler, who has voiced countless Hanna-Barbera characters over the years, including Huckleberry Hound, Yogi Bear, Peter Potamus, Elroy Jetson, and Quickdraw McGraw, to name just a few. Quake was voiced by William Conrad, who would later be best known for starring as Private Detective Frank Cannon in the television series Cannon, which ran on CBS from 1971 to 1976. So they hyped this rivalry all through the 70s. At one point, they even had the kids vote on who did you like better, Quisp or Quake. I voted for Quisp, but then I voted for Quake too because I didn't want Quake to go away. It was still good. I bought it every once in a while. Quisp was good. Quisp was like Captain Crunch, but it more dissolved in your mouth. It didn't tear up the roof of your mouth like Captain Crunch did. not as bad. It still did a little bit, but not as bad. Quake was hard and like did taste like Captain Crunch as well, but it also tore up the roof of your mouth just like Captain Crunch. It was a harder cereal, maybe sugar coated a little bit more. It was good, but I did prefer Quisp over Quake. But I didn't want them to get rid of Quake, and that's what they were making it sound like, was that Quake was going to go away if not enough people voted for him. Quake eventually did change. He went from a miner and became an Australian bushman. Why, I don't know. So he then wore a bushman's hat, like a cowboy style hat, and got a lot skinnier. Lost all his muscles. He was much more slim and kind of like a cowboy outfit. Still had his cape, but it was okay.
Icing up. We'll never make it, Uber. Why don't you take a peek?
Another job for Quake.
You'll never make it.
Sure I will, Quisp. I'll use my new and improver machine. Watch.
But Quake, I like you just as you are.
How's this, Mama?
Like I say, I like you just as you are.
You're slimmer and trimmer.
Just like my new Quake cereal. New wonderful wheelies. Buzzing with honey, neater and sweeter, but still busted with earthquake power.
Hang on, Arlo.
Look! Quake is busting the old top off the mountain for us.
Well, say, thanks, old boy.
Oh, I'm new and improved, too.
New improved Quake cereal from Quaker.
I don't know. I think I preferred the miner better. I don't know why they changed him. I guess he was slipping in the sales, even though the kids voted for him, I guess. So then eventually they had Quangaroos, which was like an orange flavoring balls that they put in with Quake cereal to try to spice it up. And then eventually they discontinued Quake. Quisp lasted all through the 70s, then it went away. Then it came back in the 90s, and that's what this one, this box I have here is from the 90s. And it has space trivia, play space trivia game on the back. And then it went away again, and then they re-released it in the 2000s, and this is the 2000s box. It's got a little cartoon on the back. The cartoon on the back, the drawings on the back, is now done by John Crickfalusi and Spumco, the same people that brought you Ren and Stimpy on Nickelodeon. So the characters were cool, the commercials were cool, but another cool thing was the premiums. Quisp always had the best prizes, the best toys. Inside the boxes. Most of the time it was inside the boxes. It had a quapter, which was like a whirly bird propeller, whirly gig propeller. You had, I think the most common ones were a unicycle and like a little motorcycle or a trike that had these little flywheels inside that came with little T-strip zip line that had teeth on it, and you would pull it and the gyroscopic wheel would spin for a while. Those were cool, and then free. These weren't cheap little toys. It looked like they put a little money into them. I remember I did have both of those, the little all three of those. I also had a little blowpipe deal which had a little styrofoam earth, and if you would blow it just right, you could make it, hover above the pipe. Looked like it was floating. It was pretty cool. There was also some type of spaceship toy I remember having. I don't even remember what that was. And then they had the mail-in premiums, which I never got. I wish I did. There was the bank, which I guess was made of chalk, because I've seen pictures of a lot of them that are chipped, that don't last through the years. That's why they're rare and collector's items now. There was also the ragdoll, which I thought was pretty cool. They also had a Quake ragdoll. And Quake had a premium where you could mail in for a big miner's hat too, which I thought was pretty cool. I believe the little light lit up if you put a battery in it. That was cool.
Turn off the lights to see something?
No, really. It's my great new offer inside packages of Quake cereal. Look.
You glow in the dark.
There's Mama, too, and the cave cat. Actually, kids, they are glow-in-the-dark stickers. You can put them anywhere, on a wall, on a lamp, even on you. You'll glow wherever you go. Let's see you top that, Quisp.
Okay, how about a real working spacecraft that fits in the palm of your hand? You just fold in the chute, seal the cockpit, and throw it. In a few seconds, pop, a recovery chute blossoms out, and your spacecraft floats back to Earth. Get yours today. 50 cents and 2 box tops from Quisp cereal.
Aha! But there's one glowy inside every specially marked package of Quake cereal.
Get my spacecraft.
Get my glowies.
But mine's better.
No, mine is.
No, mine.
Mine is better.
Greetings. Quisp, the quazy energy cereal. Here to tell you about our great new offer.
Right. It's my free Quake adventure book. And here it is. 20 big pages, chock full of games, puzzles, adventures, hours of fun as you kids and I work together to outwit that nasty Simon LeGreedy.
My mini-movies are better.
Mini-movies?
See? On the outside of each package of Quisp, an exciting adventure in outer space. On the inside, the special mini-viewer. Clip the strip, slip into the viewer, and you got a mini-movie.
You can get my adventure book free for 3 box tops from Quake, the Earthquake Power cereal.
My mini-movie comes right with the Quisp package, and there are 4 different ones.
But you get 6 color crayons with my book.
Mine's better.
Mine's better.
Which will you choose? Quake's adventure book or Quisp's mini-movie?
During the 90s re-release, one of the premiums was a cool watch. I never got it. I always wanted it. Came in a nice tin. And then the watch was pretty nice inside too. The Quisp was on the face of the watch. It was nice. I know these aren't premiums, but here's some of the Quisp merchandise I own. Of course, the shirt in the 2000s. What's this? Majestic Studios released action figures. This is the classic original. I thought it was, so that's kind of cool. I still have it in a tin box, not open. I do own a J. Ward production cell. Pretty cool. The Quisp logo is just cut out from a box, but the image itself is painted. I also own a Quake cell. I believe that is everything I own. And that brings us to number 1 on the list, the taste. Of course, I wouldn't be calling this the greatest cereal of all time if that didn't include the taste. And you can still buy it today. Go to the Quaker Oats website, or you can buy them in bulk on Amazon. Expect to pay a pretty penny. It is worth it. looks like HR puffin stuff on Saturday morning. Alright, well there you go. That was 5 things I love about Quisp. Did you have fun? I hope you had fun. I had fun. Going down memory lane. Drop me a line in the comments. And if you did enjoy yourself, please hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe. I've got so much more stuff to show you. Thanks for watching. That was alright.